Hello and welcome to Next Big Thing. I'm your host, Attila Suresh. Here on Think Tech, we like to give people who are doing interesting and important, innovative things a place to share them with the world. Now, in our segment, Next Big Thing, we really look for people who are doing interesting, cool new stuff, and we've found it. This is the best thing that you've ever seen. Now, I'm sure you have a lamp in your house, something that you press a button, the light turns on. When you leave, the light turns off. No big deal, right? These guys, the Luma SmartLamp, they've made this lamp that will just blow your socks off. When you get close to it, it turns on based on the proximity of your cell phone to it. You can use it to answer phone calls. It changes light colors, and it is very, very cool. So with us today is Dan Barnes. He's one of the 3 founders of this company, and he's joining us from Utah via Skype. Say hi, Dan.
Aloha. Hello, everyone.
All right. So, what's the weather like in Utah anyway?
Well, it's starting to warm up slightly. I don't know if you consider it warm, but probably about 60 degrees today.
60 degrees. That is called sweater weather here in Hawaii. But that is why we are a global presence for Think Tech, because we like to bring in people who are doing stuff even in the cold weather. So
that's right.
You're welcome. Anyways, so Dan, tell me about this. Now that there's 3 of you, and tell me about the Smart Lamp, and tell me about the project maybe that inspired this product. I think it was Phone Soap. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that and tell me what was the brainchild? What inspired all this?
Yeah, of course. Well, let me start with the backstory. I'll try and breeze over it, but it really all started with Phone Soap. So about 2 years ago, we launched our first Kickstarter project that we call Phone Soap, and it's a UVC sanitizer for your cell phone. And 2 years ago, we built up this idea and found out that it's time to validate the idea, both for ourselves and for investors. So we threw the idea up on Kickstarter and really just let it happen. That project was successfully funded, and we learned a lot from that project, both on how to launch a Kickstarter project, but also how to manufacture some idea that you come up with. Now, that product really solved a problem, which is the average cell phone is 18 times dirtier than a public restroom. So we knew there was a problem, and we wanted to create a solution, and we did that through UVC light, because it's really the safest and cleanest and easiest way to clean your device. Now, about a year into that project, or that product, we thought, we like launching new ideas. So while Phone Soap solved a problem, the idea from Luma just came about from our desire to have a killer lamp. We all use our phones in bed or on the desk, and there's never really been a convenient way to charge our phone. So the idea originated with 2 things. One, a modern lamp that was organic. If you've seen it, it's got a nice wood base, but then a modern wavy shade. And then USB ports on the back to charge your device. So it just made it really convenient and comfortable to use your phone, whether you were in bed, so you don't have to lean over the bed, or on your desk. But to your point, as we really looked at the lamp, we thought, well, what else would we want a lamp to do? And so this lamp's got a 1,000,000 color LED, which allows you to dim the lighting, change the colors, but it also has a speaker and a speaker phone in the base. So it's really become a connected device. And the lamp and the speaker work together. So for example, you can set your alarm in the morning to have your speaker and your light turn on at the same time. Say, let's start the sound quiet and the light off, and over a minute, let's turn the sound on to 50% volume and the light to 75% brightness. So the light and the speaker can work together. It's a connected device that communicates to your cell phone. But of course, the main function that we really wanted from the beginning was the ability to charge your devices from your lamp.
Yeah, I'm looking it up online over here. So it's Luma, L-U-M-A, Smart Lamp. And, I have an image of it. I'm not sure if our viewers can see. I'm going to try to get it over here. Next to my face. No, it's not working. But anyways, you can kind of see it's got different colors, and at the very base of it, there's a little space where you can take that USB port that comes out of the bottom of your tablet or your smartphone and plug it into the lamp. And of course, these lamps are they're very pretty. They're very organic shaped. They look like Chinese kites, is what I'm reminded of.
Yeah, no, that's true. And you know, our designer, Brennan, he's really into that style. And so that's what really drove the design, this modern look, but kind of with an organic throwback.
And so now you came with this great idea. And how many have you made?
So it's currently on Kickstarter. Are you and your viewers familiar with Kickstarter, or should I explain that a little bit?
Why don't you tell our viewers, just in case they haven't heard of it and been living under a rock, you know, you got to go to Kickstarter. You see the coolest new ideas up there. Gives you a chance to give you to fund it, to put some money towards a valid project. I think that's awesome. Everyone should be doing this.
That's right. So again, to find our product, you would go to Kickstarter.com and then type in Luma, Luma. So, and I bring this up to your question of how many have we made. So that's the beauty of Kickstarter. On Kickstarter, we really present ideas, and that's what Luma Lamp is. Luma SmartLamp has multiple working prototypes. We created some videos around those prototypes, and then we put the idea up on the internet on Kickstarter and say, if you like this idea, help us bring it to the marketplace. And you do that by backing different rewards. So you can go to Kickstarter.com, search Luma, and you can back right now one short Luma lamp or one tall Luma Smart Lamp. We've got a short version and a tall version. And you can go and almost pre-order it now. On Kickstarter, what you're doing is just helping the founders, us, really get money to create the product. So that's how we launched Phone Soap. We raised $65,000 on Kickstarter. And now our product's going to be released in major retailers this summer, and it's already available on phonesoap.com, amazon.com, thinkgeek.com. So we've done it once through Kickstarter. We raised money, we produced a product. That product's been featured on The View, The Today Show. So it's really just a launch platform. And we said it worked on Phone Soap, let's try it again for Luma Smart Lamp. So again, it's the final version has not shipped. It's set to ship coming in September, but you can only order it or pre-order it on Kickstarter for a 30-day window. There's 15 days left, and then at that point, we'll go into full production, finalize all the sourcing, and then ship it to all of our customers in September.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at your Kickstarter campaign right now. It looks like you've already got just over $125,000.
Yes.
Already on this, so that's awesome. And we got 16 days to go. You got 888 people who want this lamp. And of course, your video is stunning. If you look at it, you can see the different lamps lighting up. It looks very exciting. Have you thought about maybe taking some of this technology and licensing it to maybe a big lamp manufacturer? I mean, shouldn't this be the standard lamp that everyone can go out and buy?
Well, we agree, and that thought's obviously crossed our minds. So again, going back to Phone Soap, it's really a unique product that we feel we can own. The Luma Smart Lamp is in a much more competitive space. To your point, it's hard to really get into the furniture space. So we love the idea. We're very, very grateful that we've had such great support. People are helping us spread the word. So there is an opportunity, if we continue to grow the brand well, to really own that space. But it is so competitive that licensing out this technology is definitely an idea that we have had.
Well, I want to talk about this a little bit more and your journey in the manufacturing space, but right now we have to go to a break, so stay with us. We'll be right back. You're watching Think Tech.
Hi, my name is Dr. Rafi. Every week, I'm right here at Think Tech Hawaii, 3 p.m. on Mondays. My show is Boards' Bio Briefings. What do we do here? Well, we watch sperm swim. We see if they catch anybody. We check out the latest biosimilars. You know, the kind that, what was his name? The guy with the bicycle? I guess we forgot his name, but he was taking EPO and other human growth factors. We'll be talking about human growth factors. You want to know where to get some? Maybe I'll tell. Anyway, you can catch me, as I said, every week right here, Monday, 3 p.m., Think Tech Hawaii, Dr. Rafi. You can also find me on Twitter, BioInfo Medical. Or you can catch me on Facebook, Dr. Rafael Boritzer. I'll be happy to converse with you. Aloha.
We're back. We're live, and you're watching Next Big Thing. I'm your host, Attila Sures, and we've got an awesome show. We're talking with Dan Bartens. He's one of the 3 founders of the Luma SmartLamp. Now, the Luma SmartLamp is the device that's going to transform the way that you use your lights at home. You don't get that boring lamp or ceiling fan anymore. That's boring. That's old. That's 1980s. You need something that lights up, gives you a light show, syncs with your phone. You can use it as a Bluetooth speakerphone. Well, this is the product, and Dan has put a lot of effort into getting a Kickstarter campaign, which has funded over $125,000 so far. You got 16 days to go. Go ahead and look them up on Kickstarter. That's the product is called the Luma SmartLamp. Now, Dan, looks like you're sitting there at home, but you have 3 of you guys who it took to make this project. Now, one of the things I like to talk about is how we can take your experiences and translate them to other people who've also got a great idea. Maybe they want to make the next light up mouse pad or something cool like that, and they want to know what it's going to take, or what's the process from point A to point B, from conception to inception, what it takes to make a product that's new and exciting, and that's a technology product in a very competitive space. How did you do it? What can our viewers learn from you?
Yeah, it's a great question. It was really like learning a new language, I would say. So we originally had a product, Phone Soap, that we also launched on Kickstarter, and I think it makes sense for me to talk about that one, since that product has gone all the way from ideation to on the marketplace. So, I mean, it really starts, for us at least, I guess my advice is finding a problem, basically something out there that needs a solution, whether you can make a solution better or make your own solution. So with Phone Soap, we knew that cell phones were completely filthy.
Right, on your website, 1 out of 6 cell phones have feces on it. Wow.
That's right.
That's
Exactly.
disgusting. I want to throw my phone in the trash now. Or maybe that would make it worse.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and they're always on, they're always warm. Bacteria can actually live and thrive on them. So we did our research, and we knew that UVC light can kill bacteria. So we knew we had an idea. Take this technology that's used in hospitals and package it for the consumer. So we worked with one of the other founders who does have kind of an engineering background, and he helped us create CAD models and engineering for the product itself. Once we had progressed far enough, we could take that model and we could do some 3D models of it, or even prototypes that are not quite working, but give you the look and feel. And we slowly progressed through this process till we had a product that worked. While it might not have been ready for mass production, it was working, it did what we said it would do. At that point, we took the product to Kickstarter. Now that's obviously where we're at with Luma. Again, we had an idea, we've built some prototypes. It did take having someone on our team who knows that, and then just a little bit of cash to just do the prototype manufacturing. At that point, for Phone Soap and for Luma, we're now on Kickstarter. And the reason for that is really validation. It helps us prove that there is a marketplace for this. People are willing to pull out their wallets and actually purchase the product. So that's good. But beyond that, it brings in a little bit of cash. So with Kickstarter, you can set a goal. Luma, our goal is to raise $55,000. That we know will be enough money to then take it to our manufacturers. So that's the process when we're with Luma. Phone Soap, we've already crossed that barrier. So we reached our funding on Kickstarter. We received that money. We took that and said, we're probably going to need a little bit more money to actually make this product in mass. So we met with some VCs and angels, and we finally raised some money to really go out there and make it happen. And I think hopefully our story is a story for everyone to know that really anything's possible. You can really go out there and do it. So we started reaching out to manufacturers in China who's actually living in China, so that we've got someone from the US who's on the ground there who can speak both English and Mandarin or whatever language they need to speak, so that we've really got someone in the factory who can make sure that the quality assurance is taken care of, that we're sending out products that are working, that aren't dangerous, that do what they say they will do.
That's actually a really good point. We've had other manufacturers of small devices, and they say the same thing, that they absolutely need to have someone there in China kind of babysitting the actual manufacturing process so they don't end up with a disaster on their hands. And
that's right.
Several of our guests have had that experience. So you were very fortunate to be able to find that. And how did you find that person?
So it does help to know who you know, right? And it turned out to be someone that I knew who knew someone. And I know that's, it's like a 3-step process, but you just start asking around, you start knocking doors, you have to hustle a little bit, and then you find the right person and the right partner. And you really do want to be careful, because you can find some partners who might, gouge you a little bit more than others. So we've got a good relationship. And I think once you build a business, for example, now that we have this relationship set up, we've been to China, we've been to our factory. And I think as you grow, you eventually get that relationship direct with the factory, and you can start working more one-on-one. But I think for us as a new startup, when we began Phone Soap, it was completely necessary. And we're now to that stage where we can work one-on-one. We've been to China. We've now met other factories. And really, once you make those connections, it's just a matter of handing off your design and your engineering to the factory. They might make a couple of tweaks. You'll work with them to make sure it works with all of their systems. And then you go after it. But again, I think Kickstarter for us was extremely helpful because it validates the idea, it gets some sales, gets some cash, and it also helps you know how many you're going to want to produce. Instead of just going in blind and making 10,000 units and selling 1,000 of them, at least you know, hey, I've already sold 4,000 units, we can make 10,000, and we know we'll be able to work through that unit. So it helps you get a larger order, it helps you know that you're going to have some, a run rate. So for us as a startup, we really feel Kickstarter is very beneficial in launching an idea and creating relationships overseas.
And so after you've demonstrated the sales and you deliver that first round of product, what then? How do you get that to more people?
So, we have a digital marketing background, so we began purely online through phonesoap.com, and we're going to do the same with Luma. Once we start shipping, we'll just sell it on, well, we don't know the URL yet, so I can't tell you Luma's URL. But for Phone Soap, for example, we started online, again, to build credibility. If we went straight to a distributor or straight to maybe a store, they'd either say no, or maybe they say yes, and they'd kind of just, work us to the ground, get whatever they wanted out of us. So we started slowly online, prove our sales, prove our customers even further than we did with Kickstarter. And at that point, we started reaching out to others. We're currently on thinkgeek.com. We are working with a major retailer in the U.S. that will be in June. I don't know if I can share the name yet, but it's been a slow process. And I only share that just to let you know that it is possible. You work slowly. We started online slow, and we started getting larger contacts to reach out to us. And it's just been a great experience. And it's taken a lot of work, many months, many years of work, but slow and steady. We started with online marketing, grew it into some PR, had some money then for some branding after that. But I guess I would say a lot of it has come from PR. Again, I mentioned earlier, we've been on the Today Show, The View, the Discovery Channel. And again, for a small startup, that visibility is like an someone famous endorse your product when you get it done through the Today Show or something like that. So that's been really huge and opened doors for us to retailers and to other channels.
And so I think you're also the perfect example of a non-standard business assembly. So you have, there's 3 of you, and
Sure.
I get the impression you don't have like a big office with glass windows and a conference room and all that stuff. You're kind of doing this from your homes?
You've nailed it. We do have a small office and a small warehouse space, but we feel like we're kind of in this new world where you can work with partners and get a lot done. So we ship a lot of stuff directly from our factory to people who are wholesaling it. It doesn't all have to sit in our warehouse. Accounting, marketing, PR, other things, a lot of that you can really bootstrap and at least early on, work with contractors or other things to really farm that work out. We've got a small space. I'd say we're still bootstrapping. Maybe eventually we start bringing in some of these aspects of the business in-house. But as you mentioned, I'm at my house right now, right? We work, a lot from home, some from the office, and we do what we can. Sorry, my screen went dead. We do what we can to really bootstrap and save money up front.
And it makes sense, and it's true. With these powerhouses in our pockets, with these phones and tablets, you're always connected. There's no real reason to have a big fancy office like you used to.
That's
and
right.
And also you're also in different geographical areas, so you found partners all over the world, right?
That's right. So us as founders, we all went to school together here at BYU. But after that, yeah, we've got PR firms that we work with in California, our manufacturers in China. We've worked with agencies in New York, even Canada. And again, it's just a connected world. You just can really think differently these days. You don't all have to live in the same spot. You can leverage that to get better deals, better partners, and do what works best for the business.
Very cool stuff. So before we get off the air, be sure to repeat all of the contact information and all the stuff you want to give our viewers so that they can find your product and contribute to your Kickstarter campaign.
Awesome, appreciate that. So again, the Luma SmartLamp, a connected device, million color LED, speaker, speakerphone, USB charging ports, really a modern lamp for the 21st century. You can find it on Kickstarter.com. Do a search for Luma SmartLamp, that's Luma. And again, our first product is Phone Soap. You can find it at phonesoap.com. Our marquee product is a UVC sanitizer, safest way to clean your phone. No liquid, no heat, no harsh chemicals. Disinfects your phone and gets rid of that fecal matter. So again, that's us. Appreciate you.
And we will end with fecal matter. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Dan. Well, those of you watching, stay tuned. We're going to have some more Think Tech for you. And of course, I'm your host, Attila Saras for Think Tech.